Mounjaro, that is why I'm here. You are on the pen. That's why you're here. And we're all here to learn today about FDA shortages and why I was just able to fill a box of the 10 milligram Mounjaro when just earlier this week I was reporting on how the FDA extended the shortage of Mounjaro 10 milligrams through the end of September. So how did I do it? How did I get the 10 milligram? It's supposed to be in shortage. I want to talk to you today real quickly. I'm not going to belabor this. I want to talk to you real quickly about how FDA shortages work, why there are FDA shortages, and why somebody like me can find a 10 milligram box. You're talking about basically the supply chain, the difficulty of a medicine getting from the manufacturer all the way down to you, the patient. So at the top of this food chain, we're just going to talk about Mounjaro because that's the medicine that I'm on and that's the medicine that we've been talking about. So at the top of the food chain, you have Eli Lilly, who is the manufacturer of the drug. They are making the pens that we use to inject ourselves with. They are filling the pens with the medication. They are doing all the safety checks and balances that go on there, and then they are packaging this for delivery. But where does it deliver to? It doesn't deliver right to the pharmacy. It delivers to the next tier, which is the wholesalers. The wholesalers, for example, my pharmacy uses a wholesaler called McKesson. The wholesalers provide then the pharmacies with the medication that their patients are requesting. So when the drug company, manufacturer of whatever pharmaceutical drug is in an FDA shortage, is reporting to the FDA, because once they tell the FDA, hey, this medication is in shortage, they have to report monthly. What they're telling the FDA is, we've got a kink in the supply chain at this level, at the manufacturer level, right? Thank you for those who are liking the stream. For those who are just joining, hit that like, hit that bell, hit that sub. But the manufacturer tells the FDA, hey, at this level, at the top of the food chain here, we can't make enough to satisfy the distributors. And so that's what it's saying. That's why when a guy like me goes to the pharmacy and they pull up on their computer, can we get a 10 milligram? Thanks for the likes. Can we get a 10 milligram? They pull that up from, again, in this scenario, McKesson is the wholesaler. They pull it up and they say, hey, they have 10 milligram doses available. There's 50 of them that you can order. So then my pharmacy goes, okay, order one for Dave. And then they tell Dave, hey, Dave, you can come pick that up tomorrow. So when Eli Lilly, or, we could talk about Novo Nordisk with Wegovy, Ozempic, and Saxenda, and Victoza, when they tell the FDA they're in shortage, it's at the manufacturer level. That doesn't mean that the wholesaler isn't sitting on a current supply of that medication in that specific dose. But that doesn't mean that my pharmacy here in Iowa, where I'm at, when they call up McKesson and say, hey, that's a huge box. When they call up and they say, hey, they dial it up on the computer and they say, hey, yeah, you can get a 10 milligram box in tomorrow. That doesn't mean that somebody who is, I just got notification that Pee Wee Herman died. Paul Reubens. Moment of silence for Pee Wee Herman. Wow, I grew up on Pee Wee Herman. That's too bad. He wasn't that old of a guy either. Dang. Kind of puts a damper on things. So back to the Mounjaro shortages. God rest Paul Reubens' soul. The McKesson telling my pharmacy in Iowa, hey, we can get a dose to you tomorrow, is not tantamount to that same McKesson company being able to get that same dosage from their distribution center over to a pharmacy in California or Maine or Florida or Arizona, right? It's the DC, that the wholesaler, the distribution center that's providing my pharmacy, which is somewhat local to my pharmacy. So that explains the fact that even if your supplier uses McKesson, if your pharmacy uses McKesson, that doesn't mean that necessarily McKesson has the dose for your pharmacy. What this does mean is that McKesson in my area has it, So that's one question that you can ask when you're calling around to pharmacies is, as your wholesaler. And if they can find the dose you're looking for, and they tell you who their wholesaler is, come back to this video and let me know in the comments where you were and who the wholesaler was, so that we can share with people in that area. Because just because the drug is on shortage doesn't mean that it's not available in some areas. And I hope that this explanation has given you somewhat of an idea of how the whole food chain works. You've got the manufacturer, the wholesaler, the pharmacy, and then ultimately me, this guy holding a 10 milligram dose that just reported on his YouTube, TikTok, Twitter, all the things, that this is in shortage until the end of September, which it is. But that shortage is at the manufacturing level. Hey, there's 32 people here. If you're here, let me know in the chat that you're here. Also hit that like button. If you wouldn't mind hitting that like button and sharing this off somewhere where somebody can use it. I'm going to just check in with the questions. Thank you for those who have joined on this quick live stream here over the lunch hour. Joseph, Miss Tapman, Sue the Dude, Natalie, welcome, welcome, welcome. Thank you for joining. Joseph said they're lying. That's funny. Natalie Farthing said, I cannot get my 5 milligram after getting it since last October. They say due to FDA. Yeah, so you not getting your 5 milligram has nothing to do with the FDA. It has everything to do with everything I just laid out with the distribution. And the 5 milligram hasn't even been in an official shortage for months. So if you can't get the 5 milligram or any dose, insert any dose for any medication, here's my best advice to you. A, you got to call around to other pharmacies. Call to other pharmacies in your area. When they say we can't get it, ask them what wholesaler they use. And then when you find the one that you can get, it's probably not the same wholesaler, right? So that's one thing that you can do. The other thing you can do is talk to Sue said I better hide this box. You can talk to a hospital pharmacy in your area, and some will sell these medications to people who are not hospitalized currently. They're prioritized in times of FDA shortage. So oftentimes they have some of the doses that other pharmacies in your area may not have. So they have a little bit more accessibility to acquiring doses. So check out your hospital pharmacies. I'm going to check in with these comments again real quick before we turn the stream off here, the lunch stream. Cheryl, welcome to the stream. Miss Tapman, welcome to the stream. Donna, welcome. Thanks for joining. Good to have you here, Donna. Nurse practitioner Donna is in the house. Kelly said, I'm starting Mounjaro 5 milligrams today. I was able to get 8 doses. Awesome. So 2 boxes. I've been on 5 milligram for about 3 months. I did good on 7.5 Tirzepatide last week, wondering if I'll feel any difference. So you were on 7.5 and now are you doing 2 5s to make a 10? So the answer, I'm going to just imply that you're using 2 5s to make a 10. That's why you got 2 boxes. On 10 milligrams, jumping from 10 to 5, you probably will feel a difference. Most people, when they dose escalate, that's when they feel the most side effects. There's some mixed science and mixed anecdotal information that I've gotten. I took the 2.5 and the 5 to make 7.5, but some say that it's not an apples to apples in how your body absorbs that and metabolizes that medicine. So something to watch, but more than likely you will feel a difference, and hopefully your doctor gave you the advice to not inject in the same spot with both of those medications. Abigail says, howdy, sending a note to my PA to try to get a dose via my insurance for approval. Awesome. I hope that you can get there. Come back and let us know, Abigail, how that works out. Natalie, thanks. I will check it out. Finley, Ohio. Yeah, come back and report on what you can find. And if you can get the information on who the wholesaler is in your area, that's also helpful. So, you're only doing 5. So you went from the 7.5 to 5. Well, I titrated back from 15 all the way to 5. And let me tell you, I felt a big difference. I gained some weight. I didn't feel it in my body at all when I took the 5 milligram, and my sugars weren't as well controlled. So that's not going to be the same experience for you necessarily, but anecdotally, that was my experience. Ebony, hide that box before somebody robs you. That's the second time I've heard that, so I better take that advice. And Jet, thank you for those who have joined. Before you leave, if you could hit that like button, that's going to help other people see this live stream. If you can share this somewhere, and after I end the live stream, come back and give it a comment. Make sure you come back and let me know if you fill it, where you filled it, and who their distributor is. And if this was helpful for you in any way, please share it with somebody who can help you